Good day, global crypto enthusiasts. This is 88 Fantastic coming to you Thursday, July 18th, 2019. What a big difference from last video. Again, like we've always said, cryptocurrency market will redeem itself and dump itself 30 to 40 times per day in this new wonderful emerging space that we call the cryptocurrency market. So where are we sitting currently? We got a price of Bitcoin at 10,533 over here. 10,515 over here, 10,534 over here, and we got a live price on the top right screen of 10,565. And right now, what we're looking at here is for the 8-week forecast that we had put out a couple, I think it was about a week and a half ago or so. We are sitting prime right where we wanted to be for the first 1/3 of our 8-week forecast is right where we thought it was going to be. And as we expected, as we're getting closer to that magic date for me, which was July 25th, 26th, that's where we expected the market to slowly start getting here and the beginning of wave 3 of Bitcoin itself. So now what we've seen in the last 2 days, wave 2 is finally over. Wave 3 is beginning. We've already started the second of our mini waves in Bitcoin is wave 3. So if you're not sure what I'm talking about, spend a few minutes, go out there and find somebody on YouTube that'll teach you guys Elliott wave and the theory behind all of that and the candle counting and the chart counting. It's really quite easy if you can spend about 20 minutes doing it. And what we expected is a whole bunch of minor pullbacks, but the price of Bitcoin to ramp up. My prediction was the Bitcoin price will ramp up to 14,800, somewhere in that range by the time we hit the 25th, 26th. And then, of course, as we're approaching the end of July for August long weekend, it's going to be just as ugly what we're seeing over the last 2 weeks. That's what we expect again a couple of more times by the middle of September anyways. So what I'm fully expecting to see in Bitcoin and what it's done here over the last few nights, it's really been going up and down pretty much $1,000 for every 24. Oh, I hate that. It'd be nice if I pressed play and then it came on instead of fucking playing automatically. My apologies for the language. Let's go back to our 30-day chart on Bitcoin. And as you can see, that's exactly what I've been talking about. Every day, the price of Bitcoin has been, for whatever reason right now, it seems to be going in about 12-hour blocks, 12 hours of really nice, healthy growth, and then about 12 hours of just solid pullback. So in the last 30 days, especially these last 3 to 4 days, we've been seeing the price of Bitcoin going back and forth between 9,200 and 9,900 roughly during the course of the entire day. So today's the first time it's managed to actually break through that 10K point, and it's held and really pushed through. 11 o'clock in the morning here, so on my time frame, Bitcoin's been really ramping up all day until around that 10 p.m., 11 p.m. mark, and then from basically midnight to around noon the next day, it's just been getting speed bagged the whole time, so that's what we're watching for. But now we see probably the end of a correction in the mini wave of the second wave of wave 3. And what we should see is the price continually push up, because we expected this week to get up to the 360 billion mark is what I had called for by the 25th, 26th. But I called that, for me, it was I wanted to see a 30% growth in the market, but that's if we held at the 280, 285 mark. We've seen we drop down to the 240, 245 mark. So we're basically looking at, hopefully by July, let's say Thursday the 18th, so by next Thursday, we should hopefully be seeing Bitcoin getting close to that 14,008 mark. We should see the market cap getting up to that 330, 340 range. And then again, as we've always said, fully expect the smash to come after that. And we'll show you again on our last 1 year chart. So I keep telling people we are still in a bear market. We are still literally identical to last year's trends, and the analysis is spot on. So when you basically spread this chart out right here, this is our current time right here on the right. If you pull this back even another 2 months, this would mimic this right to a T. And so that's what we're expecting. So over here, we are still expecting Bitcoin and the entire market to really keep ramping all the way up, probably to the 25th, 26th, somewhere in that time period, as we forecasted in our 8-week period. And then as we get closer to the end of July and getting closer to August long weekend, in that 7-8 day range, this is what's going to happen again right here. It's just going to absolutely get speed bagged. And again, it's why it's summer, it's seasonal sell-off, nobody's saving money. All the money that's coming into this market right now, I would bet so much on this right now. It's all of the profit. they're putting profit back in because there's no more new money coming in for still a few more months yet. So these are the people that take those 50, 60 billion dollar chunks out. They've seen how stale the market was for the last 2 or 3 days, and like we said last video, they're going to have to put some of their profit back in to prop up the market to make it look good in order to entice more people to take out and trade up, and then they're going to speed bag everybody again. And we've been right about it the whole year, so what's to say it's going to change on us again? So let's have a look here and see who's doing some moving and some shaking in the last little bit here. Dentcoin we don't even talk about because, again, Dentcoin is a total piece of shit pump and dump coin. We see a NEO finally getting a little bit of love. It was literally sitting at $10 the other day. And again, some of the usual suspects. Again, in our videos, a lot of these ones have been pumped and dumped. Agrisha, again, still on the move. It had a really good solid week before our 2-week crash, and now we start to see that one climb back up. And again, Agrisha, Hedge Trade, and Nash Exchange all seem to be in that new group of what they're pumping, and no one's caught on to those ones as of just yet. So we got one article here. This one came from a day and a half ago here, and it's just something I wanted to show people because it all blends in with the news that I've been trying to share for the last year on social media, the last 2.5 years with friends and family. And again, I've always banked on everything from 2017 working its way into 2020. Again, watching my videos, you know I'm a firm believer that any idea that's being brought into the business world will take a minimum of 2 years, generally up to 3 full years to go from thought process to paperwork to naming rights to actual serving an actual customer. So it does take a long time. This article is over at Bloomberg.com, and it's talking about how over at LedgerX is getting ready to offer a $100,000 contract on Bitcoin. And you'll have to come through this article because it explains everything, but in just one paragraph, the announcement comes just after Bitcoin derivative exchanges such as the CME Group and BitMEX are seeing institutional traders drive trading volumes to records. According to a recent report from research firm DIR, International Exchange is planning to start testing its Bitcoin futures on July 22nd, catering to all of those customers. CBO, Global Markets Inc., stopped offering Bitcoin contracts in June after 18 months of trading. But again, this is absolutely huge. We've been talking, again, it's really weird. If you go back a year and you hear people talking to when McAfee come out and talk about a $1 million Bitcoin and eating his dick and the whole bit, and people were laughing at that. And then as a year from the year of 2018 transitioned into 19, then he started hearing more and more people talking about $1 million Bitcoin and $1 million Bitcoin. Me, myself, I don't see it getting that high. My personal analytics got Bitcoin finishing, again, in about 3 years' time, sometime in 2021-ish, maybe early 2022-ish, is around that $685,000 mark. I think that's where it's actually going to finish, and I think it'll stay there, and the reason for that is because by then, something else will come out. Just like everything else, you know, Bitcoin is what we're all looking at right now. But don't forget, 5, 6, 7 years from now, there'll be something else. Just like every form of money that has ever existed since the first man traded a slab of silver or a goat's hide or a piece of meat back and forth, money has never changed. It's what we, the people, deem as value is what we deem a currency, and that's why Bitcoin is so successful itself. So again, didn't have much more, just wanted to come and say right now, go back to our July, August, September video from a week or so ago. It explains a lot more of when I'm talking about our forecast for the upcoming 8 weeks from the middle of July to the first week of September. And right now we're really looking really good right now, as we still fully expect that market to really ramp up to that 330, 340 range. Bitcoin hitting about 14.8, somewhere in that range, all between today, which is the 18th, and the 25th or 26th, and then we're going to get ready for another massive scale in the time period of end of July to August long weekend as well. So anyways, just wanted to come out and share my thoughts, my ideas. Again, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. We call the week, the market, usually about 7-8 weeks out in advance. And just wanted to come and say, you know, right now the first third of our forecast is looking really good. The only thing that completely sucked is we were expecting the market to hold last week at the 280 to 285 mark. And then, as you can see, that's where we got speed bagged all the way back here. So when I had made the prediction, I was hoping for 30% on top of our 290, which gave me my 360, 370 total. But since we scaled back to that 240, 245 range, we might be looking at about, a 330, 340. That's total market evaluation. So that's all I got. Any questions, any thoughts? Come out here, spit it out. Again, I still think it's another one of the long cons. I think the money and the volume is completely fake once again. I do think it's the profit takers from the last few weeks putting it back in because they saw what's happening. After they speed bagged that market, there was nothing happening. The money went nowhere. All the altcoins continually bled. Even with Bitcoin rising today, the altcoins are still taking an absolute beating, and I fully expect that to continually happen until the middle of September. And again, why? Because out of the 2,300 and some cryptocurrencies that we have, ask yourself this: out of all those 2,300, how many are actually, can you find a business location and actually, if you were there, you could walk and go into that physical location? Ask yourself that, and then you'll wonder why so many altcoins suck and close down and get bled completely out, because they still don't have a working product and new money coming into the space. Most of them, they're not willing to take that chance. They're not like you and me in 18, and we're like, oh man, everything's 90% off, let's buy. And yet a lot of these places still haven't released their mainnet and things of that nature. But that is due to a 15, 16 month bear market and the near impossibility of how do you pay your staff. Again, a thing that people don't talk about in this space with the market sucking this bad for 15, 16, 18 months is how do these people pay their staff? That's why 1,800 companies shut down in 2018, and I fully expect that number in 2019 to be even higher, as January to basically April was we sat at 100 to 120 billion market cap. So how does anybody get paid, right? So anyways, that's all I got for you guys today. Any questions, any comments? Again, I'm a one-man gang. I'm just punching up numbers, showing you what I'm seeing. Come out here and give me your thoughts as well. So this is 88 Fantastic, showing you how to take a bite out of the cryptocurrency market. Take care, y'all.